Good evening to the world of YouTube today. This here is the Keykeeper, and I'm finally getting around to making some more videos for my wonderful YouTube channel. Anyway, this car you guys are looking at here is a 2010 Mercury Grand Marquis Ultimate Edition with about 26,000 miles on it. I bought this car, I bought this car from my place of employment because, as you guys know, I'm a real big fan of American/Canadian made V8 powered rear wheel drive full size cars. I bought this car for about $13,000. They had it listed for $15,990, but since I work at the dealership, I got employee discounts of about $2,000. So when everything was said and done, I actually paid about $14,200 or $209 for this car. I have no complaints with this car. It's a very nice car, very nice looking. Plenty of power, and it just rides like a cloud. I mean, you really don't even feel the bumps when you're going down when I'm going down the highway. I really don't even feel the bumps in that car, in this car here. Full leather interior. I believe it's got a 6-way power driver's seat, and then the passenger seat is, I believe, fully mechanical. Yeah, it doesn't even have a lumbar adjustment. Power windows and door locks. Automatic climate control. I just have an AM/FM CD playing radio. I wish it had an iPod hookup, like an auxiliary iPod lead out like the Pontiac does. Steering wheel controls. I have both a mechanical and electronic speedometer system. I can see my speed. Automatic headlights. Auto dimming electrochromatic rear view mirror. These slide like that, which is a nice touch. You also have the lighted vanity mirror. So I'm going to go inside and get some more papers on this car that I need, like my insurance papers, and then you and me are going to go for a ride in my new car. Let's go over some options that my car came with. Love that noise. Okay, the car has no air suspension in the rear end above the rear differential because I didn't want it like that, and the car did not come like that. I believe that the air suspension system would have degraded over time, and from what I've heard and come to understand, it's expensive to repair those systems. The other thing this car doesn't have is the heated seats. Now, my mother's Park Avenue has the heated seats, and they're nice, but here's a catch. The driver's side heated seat in my mom's car does not work. We believe it's a relay, yet the people before us that owned the car from its day one were told that it would be $1,200 to get a new seat to repair the heated seat system. So that's another thing this car doesn't have, and that's just fine by me, because you start getting into that kind of deal, you know, the air ride, the electronic seats, and it gets a little expensive to fix. This car, like I said, it was a loaner car, so I've put on it almost 700 miles since the day that I bought it. It gets about anywhere from 19 to 23 miles a gallon. The best I've gotten so far is 20.9 miles a gallon. But, you know, that's with mostly highway driving and then some city driving. The car has on it 26,019.5 miles. And now, we're gonna do dash cam. We're gonna go out for a little ride. Put my seatbelt on here. I have two bucket seats in the front and full bench in the back. I would assume I do not have trunk access through the fold down armrest in the back seat, nor do I have a backup monitoring system. I do have tire pressure sensors in all my tires. I don't have a full-size spare, and I do have electronic traction control. So, whoop. Overall, this is a very nice car. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad I bought it. The Mercury that I wish to have one day would be like a 1990 or 1985 model that is a more square looking, because I really like that era of Mercury. But you know, this is a pretty special year of car too, because 2010 was the very last model year of the Mercury Grand Marquis before they quit making them. So, even though it's not really the kind of car that I'd like to have, it's a very nice car, and I feel kind of special to own one. Here on the highway, open her up a little bit and show you all what it can do. Another pretty sunset. I can't have too much fun because I know the cop may be out here, so got to keep it under 45 until I get outside of town, and then I can really have some fun. There's not a whole lot of road noise that penetrates the passenger compartment of the vehicle. Not much wind noise either. I do have the heated mirrors, which is nice. And of course, as everybody knows, this car's got a 4.6 V8. I don't know, it's a displacement. Alright, we're outside of town. Let's open it up a little bit. Yeehaw! That's what I like about V8 powered automobiles. They may not accelerate very fast, but they've got enough power under the hood to keep you going if you encounter a lot of wind, or to help you get around your car if it's going pretty slow, or to just take you down the highway at a fairly fast speed. If I keep my foot out of it, like I said earlier, I can get into the low 20s for gas mileage, but if I play with it a lot, I'll get about 17, 18 for gas mileage, you know, driving hard and fast on the interstate or the local highway. I haven't had an opportunity to drive the car in any kind of bad weather, so I don't really know how it handles in like rain or snow. I have driven it on windy days, and the wind shear is noticeable, but the car is engineered well enough that you don't really hear a lot of wind noise, like I said earlier, and the powertrain has enough power to keep you going 60 mile an hour with like 20 mile an hour plus winds or higher. The next oil change that's scheduled for this car, which is for about 28,000 miles, I'm going to replace the rear differential fluid because it's dark. I'm also going to rotate my tires so they last longer. I usually don't make a big deal about rotating tires or doing any other kind of scheduled maintenance besides basic tune-ups on any other of my vehicles. But you know, this is a brand new car to me, so I want to try to do what I should do and make it live as long as it can live for me, so I can get all my money that I have invested out of the car and also get some fun out of it, and it's worth its lifespan. I don't think that this car will have any problem lasting 300,000 like my Pontiac is getting ready to. The other thing I plan on doing is like once a month having this car professionally cleaned, detailed, and then washed and waxed. I have guys at work that do that on the side, and they offered to have that done to my car for anywhere from like $35 to $75 depending on what I wanted done. Here's some rough railroad tracks, and don't even really notice them. This car rides very well. We took it down to the big city yesterday, me and then Mom, Dad, and Bizarre Furhead. Here's a 0 to 60, guys. Kind of slow 0 to 60. I'm not really trying, but I am having fun. I'm not trying to be a sports car driver, but you get the idea. It's a big road car, and that's what I like. Anyway, as I was saying, Bizarre Furhead, Mother, Dad, and I all took this down to the big city to eat out with my brother, College 153 on YouTube. Make sure to check his channel out. And we had this car loaded down pretty good. I mean, 4 people all in it, doing about 65, 70 mile an hour on the interstate, and it did very well. Handled like a champ, never ran out of power.